Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up into this day's show, Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia tend to disaster victims of the recent flooding in West Jakarta. In Santiago, Chile, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding a year-end blessing ceremony with Councilman Rodrigo arriving to participate. And in Malaysia, Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers are helping to declutter and organize a care recipient's home. Starting in today's show, we first take a look at the flooding situation in Singkara in West Jakarta. After the recent heavy rain, deaths have been reported due to drowning and electrocution, as the water level reached 2 meters high in some areas. To help, Tzu Chi volunteers are on hand to provide disaster relief for residents in Kaput Muara village, where over 100 residents have been relocated to the dormitory of the local Jingsi Hall. It is estimated that every day volunteers will be providing at least 5,000 hot meals for disaster victims.
Kapumura village sits on low land, causing water to inundate the village every year. The recent torrential rain has caused water level to reach up to 150 centimeters, and some residents have been soaked in water for 3 days now.
Right now, residents here need help, as many have contracted skin diseases and some are trapped at home without food. Even having drinking water is difficult. What we need most is food supplies. As long as we have enough to eat, then we will figure out the rest later.
Besides setting up temporary shelters with the help from military personnel, Tzu Chi volunteers have relocated over 100 women and children to the local Jingsi Hall dormitory to keep them away from the rain. As for those residents who are unable to leave, volunteers hop on a boat to bring them meals.
Sampai sekarang udah dapat bantuan apa aja, Bu?
Belum, baru ini.
I haven't received aid assistance from anywhere else. This really helps in the meantime. Thank you for your timely assistance.
It's really sad to see these people without food.
500 Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers are mobilized in this time of crisis to help at local liaison offices and recycling stations in providing hot meals for disaster victims, while team of doctors are also on hand at shelters to tend to any medical needs.
In another part of Asia, Tzu Chi volunteers in China are holding the first of 2 winter relief distributions for the residents of Hainan Island. The first distribution was held in Chiang Mai County's Jinjiang Town on January 17, while a second distribution was held yesterday in Haikou City. Let's take a look at the first aid distribution event. Here in China, as the day breaks, Chang'an Middle School in Jinjiang Town is already filled with students and aid recipients. As this is the first time using the school as an aid distribution site, many students took the chance to volunteer their time.
I'm happy to volunteer, even though it's tiring. I got up at 6 in the morning to be here to help.
I want to help those elderly residents, as helping others is like helping yourself.
The natural disasters that have struck Chiang Mai County have increased the number of impoverished residents in the towns. In Jinjiang Town alone, nearly 2,000 households have received help from Tzu Chi in the past 2 years. To show their appreciation, the town leader had a plaque made to commemorate Tzu Chi. As most aid recipients in Chiang Mai are seniors, residents rely on the student volunteers to help carry their supplies home.
I'm so happy to see all these people care for us elderly. Thank you so much.
Although there are plenty of Tzu Chi volunteers around, the student volunteers can be seen helping out just as eagerly. Their young spirit brings a renewed energy to a busy day.
I think this is a good deed, as helping others brings me joy. As there are those who are in need, who are in a difficult situation, we should care for them.
I'm happy that these young men are helping the elderly. I have to thank them for volunteering their time. These students are very respectful to us seniors.
Besides taking home supplies, the residents are filled with warmth from the love of Tzu Chi volunteers. Continuing in China, since 2006, Tzu Chi volunteers have continued to care for needy students in Luodian County, Guizhou Province. Recently, volunteers not only handed out aid supplies to the locals, but also provided 443 students with scholarships.
Here in Luodian County, Guizhou Province, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding a scholarship ceremony for 443 needy students at Minzhu Middle School, in hopes of encouraging them to continue in their academic pursuits.
Tzu Chi's assistant not only helps improve their lives, but also is a source of encouragement and guidance. Through Tzu Chi's teachings, the students learn how to be moral, a valuable teaching in itself.
On the day of the aid distribution in Longping Town, the scholarship recipients put on the volunteer vest to help out. One of them is Xie Haiyan, who feels gratitude to her mother for borrowing money for paying her tuition.
I'm the first senior high school student in our village. I want to make my father and mother proud, and I want to be a teacher to educate our next generation.
Another recipient, Yang Jin, faces a desperate situation as her father is paralyzed and her mother is not able to work. Thankfully, Tzu Chi's timely help has become her firmest source of support.
I will study hard to go to university. In the future, I want to help other people, just like Tzu Chi. I want to be a teacher to pass on my knowledge to the next generation.
As these young volunteers are busy helping out at the distribution site, volunteers hope that these seeds of kindness will one day grow up to make society a better place.
Moving to Malaysia, the Jingsi Books and Cafe in Kota Kinabalu was established in 2004. However, the store had to relocate and reopen as just a bookstore. Today, through the help of a local entrepreneur, the Jingsi Books and Cafe has reopened its doors to the public.
Here at the Karamonsin complex in Malaysia's Kota Kinabalu, Tzu Chi volunteers are walking about promoting the reopening of the local Jingsi Books and Cafe.
The bookstore is like the living room of a house, but it is open to the community. It gives all residents a chance to come here and learn of the master's teachings and help them find peace.
The lease of such storefront in the shopping complex is in fact quite expensive. However, a local businessman Fang Youquan rented the 1,190 square meter shop to Tzu Chi for just $1 to set up the bookstore and social center.
The Buddhist way is to reciprocate and to do things for the benefit of all living beings. I recognize that ideal in Tzu Chi's Bodhisattva path. It is, as Master said, it is the right path in life.
马来西亚慈济人文事业的新篇章，揭幕仪式正式开始，1、2、3，揭幕。
Apart from providing a variety of books, biotechnology products are also one of the bookstore's selling points, providing a platform for consumers to do their share in safeguarding the environment. Our technology developed so many wonderful green products, and through promoting these items, we hope to introduce the concept of environmentalism to more people so that they can learn more.
I think it is really wonderful, and I feel that Kota Kinabalu is really blessed to have such a store. It is comfortable not because of its interior decoration, but because the volunteers do not care how many books we purchase. The environment here makes me feel like I should talk in a soft tone. I feel that everyone is influenced by the positive qualities of Tzu Chi.
At its reopening, this Jingsi Books and Cafe is said to bring a positive influence to the citizens of Malaysia.
Heading to South America, earlier this month in January in Santiago, Chile, Tzu Chi volunteers held a year-end blessing ceremony that featured performances and staged plays. The event was attended by many local residents and government officials.
In 2012, a forest fire devastated Chile. Back then, Tzu Chi volunteers' gesture left a deep impression on the city councilman, Rodrigo. This time, he makes effort to participate in the year-end blessing ceremony. Also attending the year-end blessing ceremony is Irma, who is the director of a local shelter that takes care of patients with cerebral palsy. In 2011, volunteers installed windows for the shelter so patients can stay warm throughout cold winters. Over the years, Tzu Chi volunteers have formed good affinity with many. Therefore, the event is not only attended by the Chinese community, but also local residents. On stage, a child sent her blessings to everyone by using Jingsi aphorisms.
The most beautiful face is a smiling face. It is also the friendliest way to say hi. With love in your heart, you will be loved by all. When we say a good phrase, we gain happiness. We also need to have a grateful heart.
Tzu Chi volunteers also lead participants in a sign language performance, while local volunteers perform a short skit to remind everyone to cherish our planet.
I hope the overseas Chinese community in Chile can live in safety and happiness. Let's all live a meaningful and ordinary life.
With wisdom and blessing red envelopes in hands, participants hope the new year ahead will be full of love and peace.
In our next report, we meet foreign spouse Lin Li Chan from Cambodia, who married a Taiwanese man 16 years ago. Recently, Lin attended Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony held at the Fengyuan Jingsi Hall in Taiwan and discovered that there is no boundary between race and faith.
This is the scene at the year-end blessing ceremony in Fengyuan District, Taichung. In spite of the rain, many residents still attended the event. Among the participants is Lin Li Chan, who traveled from Zhanghua County to take part.
We need to do good deeds and encourage others to do so too.
Lin Li Chan is married to a Taiwanese man for 16 years, and other than Cambodia, Taiwan is her second home.
I realize that love sees no boundaries between race and faith. We can communicate without an interpreter.
Also attending the year-end blessing ceremony is Zhang Ziqiang, who is the former principal of a school for the visually impaired. Having interacted with children with special needs for years made him realize the importance of helping those in greater need.
Some poor people live in the mountains, while others live in remote areas. Since we have it all, we should help them.
Through attending the year-end blessing ceremony, participants' hearts are filled with love and are ready to embrace the beginning of a new year.
To Malaysia, Tzu Chi Care recipient Huang Yushuang suffers from mental disability. She always brings recyclables home and has created a disorganized living environment. Upon learning of her situation, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived to help and guided this family in cleaning their home.
The kitchen is piled with mountains of dishes and pots. A lot more can be found stacked beneath the sink.
We have new ones for you. You have too many things and your landlord doesn't want to rent to you anymore because the house looks like a mess.
Taking a look in the backyard, furniture decomposed beyond use has been thrown there. Yet this is the home of Huang Yushuang.
Alian, we can't use this anymore. It's too old. Let us throw this out and we'll bring a new one, okay?
Huang and her 4 siblings are mentally handicapped and are incapable of taking care of themselves. Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers have cared for this family over the past 13 years. Since their mother's passing, the house is in a state of disarray and the family now faces eviction from their landlord.
Upon seeing the recyclables and clutter all over the house, the landlord warned to discontinue their lease unless they remove all the unwanted items and clean the place up.
Don't worry, if we do it slowly, water will come out. See, look how good you are.
With care and encouragement, Tzu Chi volunteers guide Huang and her siblings in restoring a clean living environment.
Returning to Taiwan, in the mountains of Sansha District in New Taipei City, Mr. Liu has no bathroom at home and uses an outhouse 30 meters away, which has become even more of a trial since he had a stroke. To solve his predicament, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to build a bathroom in Liu's home.
This serene and picturesque surrounding can be said to be a pleasant place to spend life after retirement. But for 64-year-old Mr. Liu, it is not so pleasant. His mobility has been greatly reduced since he suffered from a stroke. He has to walk 20 to 30 meters to the closest bathroom outdoors, which is a huge inconvenience. And if it rains, we worry he will slip. The nearest public bathroom is 30 meters away, and there are no street lights or paved roads en route. Concerned about Liu's safety, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to partition a bathroom in Liu's home.
Our master says we should do something to the best of our ability, so we want to give the best to our care recipient as well.
Among the volunteers at Liu's home, only one is a professional carpenter, while others observe and learn attentively to help speed up the construction work.
Luckily, we have this opportunity to learn something new. In Tzu Chi, we should learn everything so we can always be ready to fill in the gaps.
We'll get these cleaned and bring it back. You can tell us where to put them. What you don't want, we will take them to be recycled. Not letting any time go to waste, volunteers also help spring clean Liu's home.
Now I don't have to go outdoors at night. It's more convenient. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
In a 17 square meter space, although small, Liu's cozy home now has everything to offer.
In New Taipei City, Shuangxi District, medical resources are often insufficient. To help senior residents there get easy access to medical services, doctors of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital regularly hold free clinics on their behalf.
On the weekend, doctors of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital still devote their time to caring for patients. This time around, they joined the free clinic here in Shuangxi District, New Taipei City. Inside this resident's house, a doctor does his best to look after the health of the senior.
In Taiwan, we have adequate medical services, but there are some people who still need our care and help. That's why we are holding these free clinics.
Besides checking up on their health, the doctors also give residents advice on how to keep healthy. A gentle massage given by the doctor touches Grandma Xu. You always care for me so wholeheartedly. Thank you. Thank you so much.
If we do it alone, the effect may be limited, but when everyone joins in together, we can make a change. With our medical knowledge, we can teach them how to take care of their health.
Passing on birthday blessings to the senior, doctors and volunteers sing together to wish her a happy birthday. These doctors do their best to carry out Tzu Chi's medical mission, hoping to bring happiness to the residents in remote areas.
Still in Taiwan, a Tzu Chi Care recipient in Kaohsiung kept himself away from society because he suffered from tuberculosis. After Tzu Chi volunteers' continuous care, Mr. Shi agreed to visit the hospital for a checkup. It was when reports came back negative on his illness that Shi is looking forward to rejoining society. Tattered roof and peeling paint, this is the living environment of Mr. Shi's house in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Tzu Chi volunteers have come on this day to give Mr. Shi's house a makeover. Shi, who constantly worried about his health condition, became a recluse and hardly interacted with neighbors, let alone work. It was through volunteers' assistance in taking him to get his health check that life turned around for Shi.
He thought he had tuberculosis and was worried about infecting everyone, so he kept to himself. We brought him to a hospital to get it checked and found out he actually has healthy lungs.
Although Shi does not have tuberculosis, his health is still fragile. However, he can now put his past behind and start life anew with Tzu Chi volunteers by his side. Moving to New Zealand, home properties around the country are often filled with spacious empty land. At the Tzu Chi chapter in Auckland, volunteers have decided to turn the vacant land beside the car park into a small garden.
Here at the Tzu Chi New Zealand chapter in Auckland, volunteers are on a special mission. To turn the vacant land next to their car park into a vegetable garden, volunteers water the field each day and also get rid of the weeds. Some volunteers even bring tools and organic compost from home.
Organic compost.
Among the volunteers looking after the garden is Chen Hongcang, who is an environmentalist himself.
We usually collect rainwater and water the garden twice a day. The point is to keep it moisturized because it is not directly planted in the soil.
The pots used to plant vegetables are also recycled items.
Back then, we used styrofoam containers and later we switched to plastic buckets, which I found quite useful. Sometimes when the local officials chuck these away, I would recycle them.
This garden provides a variety of herbs, vegetables and fruits.
This is rosemary. It's a type of herb. This is lemon, and there are also sweet potato leaves.
Through growing their own vegetables and fruits, volunteers are gaining both a healthy body and mind.
At the end of the show, we return to China, where we take a look at some special volunteers involved in the large-scale winter aid distribution in Hainan Island. The 168 Tzu Chi volunteers helping out at both distributions came from 5 different areas, such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Hainan itself. Some who volunteered at the distribution are employees of the Tzu Chi Foundation, such as Da ITV CEO Tang Jianming and Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital staff like Emergency Department Doctor Jian Yongchang, both whom find the rare opportunity to help spiritually rewarding. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend.